Hey guys, welcome back to Cheat Day Sports. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. We have some football games on tonight. We have some more action going on. It's kind of the battle for the middle of the MAC. But I think let's just jump right into it. And I'm going to be giving you my top 5 rankings. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to leave it a little bit surprise, but I'm going to give you my top 5 something coming up. But let's take a look at these games we have going on tonight. The first one we have is Bowling Green and Western Michigan. Now, I've picked against both of these teams in the past. Bowling Green's solid. They're a little bit better than Western Michigan. The game is in Kalamazoo. It's at Western Michigan. But man, I don't see Western Michigan beating them. Bowling Green, they're only a 2.5 point favorite, but I think they could be as high as like a 4.5 point. I don't see Western Michigan winning this game, so I'm going to take Bowling Green. And then the next game we have is Eastern Michigan and Buffalo. And again, I've picked against both of these teams. Buffalo, and I've actually picked both of these teams, and they haven't came through. I picked Buffalo 2 weeks ago, I think, and they got blown out. And I picked Eastern Michigan, I think, 2 weeks ago as well. They did not help me out. So with this, it is up in Buffalo. Last time I picked Buffalo, they let me down. No reason. I'm just going to go Eastern Michigan. Buffalo is a 5-point favorite, which I'm a little bit surprised, maybe because it's up at Buffalo. I think if it was at Eastern Michigan, the spread would look a little bit different. But I'm going to take Eastern Michigan to get the upset. I think them being a 5-point dog, I think that benefits them. So I'm going to take Eastern Michigan in this one. But now, the moment, what we're going to be looking at, I'm going to be ranking the top 5 Thanksgiving dishes according to me. So let's just get right into it. My number 1 is a solid hitter. Doesn't let me down. It's always there. It's always good, no matter what you try to throw at it. Sounds a little bit like Georgia. Georgia's the number 1 team in the country right now, and so is this side to me. So my number 1 is gonna be stuffing. I mean, look, you have the stovetop, you have great value, you have all these stuffings. No, I don't care. Make it however you want. It's still gonna be good. Give me the crappiest stuffing you can imagine. Still gonna eat it. Still gonna be fire. I don't care. Who doesn't get down on some bread that was shoved up a turkey, or however you want to cook it, with onions, some cilantro, not cilantro, what am I saying? Some parsley, all that. How can you not get down on this carb lover's delight? So I think stuffing, a lot of people wouldn't have it number 1. It's my number 1 for a good reason. I love stuffing, but I think it's a pretty solid pick. Now my number 2, I mean, you can't go wrong with this being at number 2. Some could say it's a toss-up. It's kind of like Ohio State and Michigan right now. The solid number 2 team always comes in clutch. They're always going to be good no matter what, year after year. They might have some down years. They might be a little deflated. They might not come out ready hot like they do at Texas Roadhouse. But my number 2 right now is just some good old-fashioned rolls, some dinner rolls. You can get the King's Hawaiian, that's top tier. Get them sweeter rolls. You can get them more savory, get some sea salt sprinkled, just like on the picture. I mean, rolls being at number 2, I feel like is a pretty safe, again, carb lover's dream, this piece of bread. But you can make a little slider out of it. You can stuff turkey, more stuffing, mashed potatoes, freaking cranberry, whatever you want in it. And it all blends well with it. So I think a rolls being at number 2, I feel like it's a pretty safe pick. Just like if you were going, I don't know who the number 2 team is right now. I think it's Michigan, Ohio State, one of them. I think it's Ohio State. But it's a pretty safe pick, just like picking Ohio State. They've been solid for 50 years. So that's my number 2. My number 3, again, I don't think people would have this at number 3 because I feel like they don't know how to cook it or prepare it. It can be a banger of a meal, but I just think some people don't know how to prepare it. So my number 3 is mashed potatoes. Like, come on. How? Oh, excuse me. How can you not love mashed potatoes? That starchy goodness, that buttery, uttery, starchy goodness. Now you could put some garlic, sprinkle some garlic in it, some garlic mashed potatoes. You can dip in Thanksgiving, dip your turkey in it, put some stuffing, dip your rolls. Solid. Anybody that is out there telling you that it's not is faded, man. Especially, I feel like people say they don't like mashed potatoes when they're the dried out, the instant ready. They didn't put enough milk, so it's still chalky or blown out like the cinnamon challenge. Get that out of here. I ain't here for that. Okay, I'm down for put some milk in it, get them creamy, put some butter in it, put some garlic in it, put some little chives, whatever else you want, and it's absolutely delicious. Okay, so it's a solid number 3. Okay, my next pick. So my number 4, I know people are gonna hate. No, it's solid to me. It's underrated. People like to shit on this meat. People, ham so much better. Blah blah blah. Again, listen, people don't know how to prepare it. So I'm gonna go with turkey at number 4. And given, I think turkey's just like mashed potatoes. People don't like it. Oh, turkey's too dry. It's too bland. Well, maybe you don't know how to cook it. So I think turkey, especially if you smoke it, you can do a lot with a turkey if you smoke it. People get mad. People get, oh, you ruined a brisket. I'm like, listen, if you know how to cook your meats, if you know how to cook a brisket, a pork shoulder, or whatever, you can completely ruin them, dry them out, or you can keep them nice and tender and moist. And you can do the same thing with a turkey. You can make a turkey flavorful if you know what you're doing. There's just the people that just throw a turkey in on high for 450 degrees, get it cooked in 2 hours, and they're like, man, this turkey turned out to be trash. Well, I wonder why. You cooked the whole thing in 2 hours. You got to make it a low, slow process. Just like if you're doing a pork shoulder, get that turkey on there for like 8 hours smoking, and it'll be perfect. So I think that's a pretty solid number 4. And then my last one. This is my number 5. It's a lot like Oregon KP. It's underrated. People don't even think of this as a Thanksgiving side. People totally overlook this, but it honestly could be number 1 in some people's eyes. It could be the best dish, just like Oregon could be the best team in the country. This dish could be the best. So I'm going to bring it out. We have some mac and cheese, and just look at that. Who doesn't love cheesy goodness with anything? I think mac and cheese, there's so many ways you can make it. You can put breadcrumbs on the top, make it crunchy. Again, and if it's just done right, a homemade mac and cheese, not get Kraft. I'm not talking about the Kraft bullshit, okay? I'm talking about you make a homemade mac and cheese that'll make you slap your mother, okay? It's that good. So I think that being a number 5, mac and cheese rounding out my top 5 is pretty solid. I don't think, listen, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you can make a better starting 5 Thanksgiving Day rotation than this, because listen, I'm telling you, you ain't making anything better. Okay. And for, I didn't include desserts in here. Maybe we'll do like a top 5 desserts for the week. If this video gets good, if there's comments, we'll do another top 5 for like Thanksgiving desserts. I think that could be kind of fun. But listen, if you think you have a top 5 better than mine, let me know. Reach out in the comments, reach out on Facebook, reach out on Twitter when I'm posting all this, but let me know, because I don't think anybody's going to be beating this. But we have football on tonight. We have college basketball. We have NBA in-season tournament going on. I hope you guys all have a great cheat day. Go grab some mac and cheese. Go grab some dinner rolls. Get ready. Spend all these cheat days up until the holiday, up until Thanksgiving, Christmas. Just have a great time. Have a great cheat day. Go grab a slice of pizza. Tell somebody you love them. But I'll catch you guys later. Peace.